It's been 4 years since Nord released the Piano 5, which was a solid, no-nonsense stage piano that quickly became a go-to for musicians who needed quality piano sounds with a slick interface. But now Nord has launched the 6th generation of their dedicated piano series, and it's not just a minor update, there's quite a bit that's new under the hood. So this is the new Nord Piano 6, and in this video I'm going to take you through the main features, show you what's new compared to the Piano 5, and give you a full demo of some of my favourite sounds. So make sure you've got a decent set of speakers or headphones connected. Now, if you're thinking about upgrading from a previous Nord or another brand altogether, Bonners offers an excellent part exchange scheme, so you can trade in your old gear towards a new Piano 6. Just fill in the form on our website and we'll come back to you quickly with a quote. And of course, if you want to get hands-on time with the Piano 6, come and visit us. We've got showrooms in Eastbourne, Reigate, Milton Keynes, as well as a brand new store opening in Newcastle in the summer of 2025. Now, all locations have plenty of parking and are within easy reach of the major road network. Just give us a call before travelling to check stock at your local store. I'm Tony from Bonners Piano Centres, and let's get started. So at first glance you could be forgiven for thinking the Piano 6 is just a Piano 5 with a new badge on the front, but there are some genuinely useful upgrades here that make this a more powerful and flexible instrument for both stage and studio use. So let's start with what's new. Firstly, the panel layout has been changed quite dramatically. The Piano 6 has been fitted with the new slider style volume controls, which were first seen on the Wave 2 synth and then followed by the Stage 4 series. Because the sliders take up less space on the panel, this has allowed Nord to show the volumes of all active parts at the same time, rather than switching between layers like you had to do on the older models. Piano 6 includes the ability to layer 2 pianos, 2 samples, or 1 of each. You could technically do this on the Piano 5, but the Piano 6 just feels smoother and quicker to set up. There are LED indicators for split zones, which makes it easier to see at a glance what's happening on your keyboard, and especially handy in dark venues. And you can also set crossfades between split zones, so you can have smoother transitions between layered sounds across the keyboard. So to give you an example of this, what I've got here is I've got a beautiful string sound here. And I've actually split the keyboard so that the string sound is only on the lower octaves, and that's indicated by this little LED light here above the keyboard. And instead of the sound just simply cutting off at that C key between B and C there, you'll hear that it gradually fades out across 6 notes here. So as I go up the scale, see it gradually fades away. So if I bring the piano in with that to layer with it, it means that I can have a lovely, beautiful, lush string sound here mixed with the piano. But at the top, I've just got the piano, so those top notes really ring out, but it's a nice smooth transition between the 2 sounds. Now, in terms of sounds, the sound engine is similar to the Piano 5 with 2 sound slots, 1 for piano and 1 for sample synth. But again, it feels more immediate to use. You've still got access to the full Nord piano library and Nord sample library, and you can swap out sounds using the free Nord Sound Manager software. Sample memory is 1 GB for samples and 2 GB for piano sounds. But let's be honest, that's still more than enough to load in your favourites. And if you can't find the sound you need in amongst Nord's own sample libraries, I'd recommend you head on over to the Nord user forum, where you'll find thousands of sounds that other Nord keyboard users have uploaded. It's a fantastic resource, and I found loads of song-specific sounds that I regularly use when playing in local bands. Now, whilst we're on the subject of the synth section, I'm so pleased that Nord has included the absolutely wonderful Spitfire String Quartet Flortando voice. This is quite simply one of the most expressive and moving string samples I've heard in a hardware keyboard, and I bought myself a Nord Stage 4 just for this very voice. The effects section is still classic Nord. You've got two independent effects engines and each sound layer can have its own effect chain. These include tremolo, phaser, chorus, delay, amp sim, EQ and a lovely lush reverb. The panel layout of the effects section is closer to that of the Stage 4 and it includes the crazy spin effect which adds a swirling, rotating or panning effect to the sound and can be used to create some cutting edge sounds that contain rhythmic motion, which I feel adds a more modern feel to some of the Piano 6's presets. Round the back you've got everything you'd expect: stereo audio outputs, monitor input so you can play along to an external source which is then mixed with the keyboard's own stereo output, pedal inputs which support the Nord triple pedal 2, MIDI in and out and USB for using the Nord Sound Manager or Nord Sample Editor. So if you're already in the Nord ecosystem it'll slot in perfectly. Now let's take a listen to some of the sounds that come pre-installed on the Piano 6. I'll start with some of the acoustic pianos, then move on to a few layered patches that show off what's possible with the dual engine. So in a nutshell, the Nord Piano 6 is a refinement and not a complete reinvention, but the tweaks Nord has made are the ones that matter most to gigging and recording musicians. The improved panel layout, more powerful synth section edit controls and a smoother layering workflow all add up to a more professional feeling instrument. I would say if you've got a Nord Piano 4 or older, this is a fantastic time to upgrade. Either way, this is a rock solid instrument that will serve you well in most musical situations. If you've got any questions about the Piano 6 or choosing the right keyboard for your needs, send us a message or give one of our stores a call. And don't forget to subscribe to the Bonners YouTube channel for more keyboard demos and buyer's guides. I'm Tony, thanks very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.